Hi guys, welcome back to a new episode of Mango's Operation. I'm your host, Nika Limalu. Now today we're going to talk a little bit about the healthcare revolution, what's changing in 2025, and how technology is going to play a massive role in healthcare in this country and across the world. So if that interests you, please like and subscribe for more videos like this. Please go watch our last week's video on the ALDF State Rankings Report for Animal Protection Laws. Especially if you're into knowing how safe your animals are in the state that you live in the US, or even if you're a foreigner, you'll know a little bit about our animal protection laws. You'll actually read the ALDF's report that is also linked in on our website, actually, on our Instagram page. Sorry, I misspoke. And let's continue with today's video. So the first thing I want to talk about is this healthcare revolution. Why is it important? What is there to know? And how amazing is this for us and our relatives? So first of all, technology is revolutionizing healthcare in 2025. I actually just recently watched an episode of Science Fridays Fridays is what they're called, where they were talking about how AI is being used to develop certain types of proteins to hopefully help with certain types of diseases and kind of immunization, which is really, really cool. So AI is doing a bunch of revolutionary and amazing things for our world. Now, the future of healthcare is also just digital. Makes sense. Our world is digital. How am I filming this? I'm filming this digitally to get it out to you guys. Are you guys watching this digitally? So the future is just digital in general, not just healthcare. So technology is making it more accessible, essentially. Now I'm going to get into our first topic of today, which is AI and machine learning in healthcare. So what is this? Why is it important? Let's get into it. So I'm just going to talk about the key points, and then we'll dive more deeply into this and critically. So first of all, AI and machine learning are game changers. They're improving diagnostics on early stage cancers and heart disease detection. AI devices and these types of technology also now detect things like skin disease, like skin cancer, and breast cancer with accuracy. They're finding. And this is actually due to a source from Nature's Medicine. According to Nature's Medicine, they did a 2020 study. It says AI systems can diagnose skin cancer with accuracy comparable to dermatologists, and Google Health has also developed an AI model that detects breast cancer more accurately than human radiologists. These advancements could revolutionize early diagnosis and save millions of lives. So, there, we already know from these sources and from these sources and these studies that were conducted over 4 years ago, essentially, or 3 years ago, that we can get this thing done better with the use of AI. So that's just important. Now, I want to talk about the fact that it's making diagnosis faster. I know most people are hit by cancer, some sort of deadly disease in their family. I certainly have. I have a history on my dad's had more so cancer, mom's had more so things like diabetes and kidney failure. So these kind of being able to diagnose things quicker is just really, really important to me, and it would have been a game changer. I never got to meet my grandfather. He died of kidney disease, and so something like this would have been a game changer at the time that he was alive in the 20th century. So, it's last century. Sad that he never got to see this one. So that would have been game changing. Now, I want to talk a little about wearable devices and monitoring health. I have an Apple Watch, not wearing it on me, but I have an Apple Watch, and that stuff detects crazy your health rate. It detects everything, really, that thing. And these wearable devices are helpful, especially with people who have hypertension, things like diabetes. They're even stuff to help monitor your blood sugar. I have a friend who actually has hers. It's on her. It gets changed. It's like a device. I don't remember the name of it, but it's really amazing. And so these sorts of devices are so key and beautiful, truly beautiful. So these devices can send like real time, alerts to the patients, sometimes the doctors actually, and family members, especially if, like, let's say your family member lives alone. Just knowing if you live in the same area, like they might have low blood sugar, freak out, call an ambulance in case that can save someone's life. So it's amazing. And according to a source that I actually got about these wearable devices, it says that a 2020 study published from the Lancet Digital Health highlighted the wearables like smartwatches and fitness trackers can significantly improve chronic disease management. So that to me is just so cool that we can actually detect and make sure these things are okay. So most people, though, when they hear these things, are like, oh, this is great. All these things, can happen and it's amazing. But, are there not concerns? And I'm actually going to talk about the rise of telemedicine before we actually get to those concerns that people oftentimes have when hearing these sorts of things. So, what's the rise of telemedicine? Why does it matter? And how does it impact us as a society? Let's get into that because it's all juicy in my opinion. So, telemedicine is increasing access to healthcare, especially for like rural and underserved communities. You often know that in a very rural community, you'll be lucky if you have a hospital. Sometimes there isn't a hospital. When we see those in those doctor shows, we oftentimes think that like it's a joke, but it really is true, at least in the US, that sometimes in very rural communities, or if you're lucky, maybe have one doctor there who lives in that area. And that's not great if someone's having a scare, so that is not amazing at all. So it's really great, and this being able to virtual healthcare is really helpful because then you can call, especially if you're someone like who's maybe having just like a freak out, it's a skin freak out. So dermatologist, maybe your dermatologist is in town, you can call. There's ways to do it. I remember I think the rise of COVID. I think COVID really did the rise to telemedicine mostly because we really weren't allowed to leave our homes, and so we needed telemedicine. We needed to be able to talk to each other to get the message out, to be able to still meet with our doctors without going into a hospital that's been marked by death, sadly. So it's really important. And there's actually a study that I want to kind of reference here. So a 2021 study by McKinsey found that telemedicine utilization has increased by 38 times since the pandemic, allowing millions of people in rural and underserved areas to access healthcare remotely. American Medical Association also reported a significant rise in telemedicine usage, with rural areas benefiting the most from its accessibility. So there we have it. Telemedicine is just so important. It's bridging these healthcare gaps and it's improving accessibility for marginalized communities, which again is just really highly important. So the thing is, in a highly digitalized world, what do we always think about? Data privacy. Data privacy and security concerns are really big for me. I am a child of this generation, had an iPad as a kid, the way that, Gen Alpha has it, but, had, all the newest technology because I was born in the early 2000s. So data privacy and security concerns are so important to me as somebody who grew up with social media and all these things at my fingertips. And I know it probably is important to all of you. All my friends and people I know have so many security details on their phone, VPN, everything you need to protect their data. They don't want big corporations having their access to their data. And I think that's honestly really important because it's basically like giving information about yourself for free. So let's talk about this. So with all this data, being collected, data privacy is a growing concern with digital healthcare. It just is, whether we like it or we don't. It's just a singular fact. So cybersecurity risks are going to happen. There obviously needs to be some sort of laws more so put in place as this rise of this technology is used in healthcare, because if we don't have some sort of protection with these laws, we're going to see a lot of security breaches. Now, health organizations at this point are focusing more so on data encryption and secure channels, but there's still going to be risks, however, even if there are some more secure channels. Even with a VPN, as we know, people can still find stuff out about you. You're surfing the web with a VPN, your data can still be hacked because these hackers are probably a lot more smarter than the rest of us who are just using a VPN. Patient privacy also needs to be highly prioritized in this digital space. We have to prioritize the patients, and we have to make sure that they are in a place that they trust and they're safe and they're secure. So I actually want to read this quote about this that I found was interesting. It says here that in 2020, Healthcare IT News reported that HHS Office for Civil Rights investigated 616 health data breaches, showing the increasing risk of cyber attacks. According to PwC's Health Research Institute, 60% of healthcare organizations experienced a data breach in 2020. So it's important. It's not just stuff that we see on Grey's Anatomy and all those medical shows. It's real. There's so much that we can actually do to improve this. Hopefully, I'm going to keep my eyes out for stuff like this and hope that in the future we can see and get actual results for this. So let's talk about this. I encourage my viewers, my subscribers, to send me through our Instagram more updates on this topic. I oftentimes get topics from searching the web, and I want us to all stay updated, keep fighting the good fight for stronger healthcare laws, fight for people who have blood cancer, for people who can be using this technology, and it's the best thing that ever happened to them. I also want to understand that the future of healthcare, as I said, is just AI. It's going to be all these tech-centric things as our world is as well. I mean, think about the fact that even banking is online. When back during most of our parents' generation, they had to go in to cash their check. Now you can do it all online. They can send the money directly to your bank account. You can Zelle, you can PayPal. There's things that we didn't have to think. You can write digitally instead of writing on paper. So it's the truth. Though we get these amazing things like faster diagnosis, we also need to make sure that we have ethical standards and that accessibility and data privacy is paramount in this new digital age. But guys, this is it for today's episode of Mango's Operation. For more videos like this, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I want to continue the conversation in the comment section as well as on our Instagram, Mango's Operation. And have a good day.